Hey, y'all, come on in. It's great to see you.
We have a collaboration today from the Razor Company and Master Soap Creations.
It's a beautiful morning with the Barbershop Duet.
Hi, I'm Marcus Klinger with Klinger Vocal Studio.
And I'm Sarah Vincent with Sarah Vincent Virtual Pilates.
But on Wednesdays and Saturdays.
We are the Barbershop Duet.
Hey, y'all, come on in. Thank you for finding our little barbershop. If you happen to be here during one of the live premieres, why, come on in the live chat and meet the Whiff Pack, a cool group of folks hanging out from all over the world, and they would love to meet you too.
They would. And for our mention today, we saw that Leaf has their own new set of a bowl and brush that they're offering. And I really love my Leaf razor that Jason from the Razor Company sent me. It's got a pivoting head, so a lot of the head shavers like this style as well.
Yeah, on the bowl and brush come in either a black or a bluish green silicone around a metal foundation, and it looks like the brush has a little reservoir to measure out the water for your lather, and the pucks from Leaf fit right in the bottom of the bowl, and you can make your lather just like that with the brush.
Kind of
Y'all,
cool.
we might look into that. And what is our soap today?
We have Alien from the Razor Company and Master Soap Creation.
Y'all, we're going to take you to our leader today. Let's meet the soap. All right, y'all, from the sales page at therazorcompany.com.
A word from the artisan. Embark on an olfactory journey beyond the ordinary with Alien, a fragrance that defies expectations and transcends the here and now.
At first encounter, Alien greets you with a complex bouquet of top notes: anise, dill, y'all, mint, lavender, beech, thyme, and lemon, each contributing to a fresh, invigorating, and slightly mysterious introduction.
The heart of the fragrance reveals a sophisticated blend of leather, cashmere wood, osmanthus, pepper, and geranium, weaving a tapestry of rich, nuanced aromas that hint at the unknown.
As the journey concludes, base notes of white amber, cashmeran, and vanilla emerge, grounding the fragrance in a warm, sensual embrace that lingers long after the first moment of contact.
Alien is more than a scent. It's an invitation to explore the depths of your uniqueness, a tribute to the extraordinary within.
Y'all, full disclosure, I saw 2 scent notes on this, and I immediately stopped. I went, dill, anise? Doug Lane called this morning. I'm like, you ever seen dill in a scent note? He was like, you mean pickles? I'm like, I think so, but we'll know when we let it out of the box. Black Friday was very good to us, and so was the sale at the Razor Company. We've got a note, y'all. You are both legends, Marcus and Sarah. Thank you so much for your support. From Jason, thank you, buddy, and we love it when our invoice has to be stapled. That means good things are coming in a very big box. You did not see Soulless yet from Night Watch, but you did. See Alien, y'all. Look at that. He is sealed for your protection. It's like a quarantine.
I know. Look at all those colors and the side label action. There you go.
Beautiful. Look at that, y'all.
Goodness.
We are in for some exciting times today, I think, my friends, but I want you to be taken to their leader. Let's see what happens when you have your first impression. All the way from South Africa, y'all, in a fabulous base on Master Soap Creations.
It actually says new collab base.
Oh.
I wonder.
Oh, maybe a little refinement's been done. We'll know when we build our ladder.
And these stickers feel them. It kind of feels more like waterproof.
Vinyl kind of
Some
stickers.
upgrades are happening, y'all.
Love that too.
I really tried not to remember too much of the scent notes and just kind of let my nose decide, but there was quite a list. So
I stopped straight up at dill. I mean, who knows what's going on after that?
Watch me get no dill. Or just completely dill everything. I don't know. Let's see.
Oh, I hope it's a pickle scent. But let's see. Let's
dill
find out.
pickers. Oh, look at the new label. Feel it. It's kind of waterproof or something.
And we do have our label rating system on a scale of 1 to 10. What do you give this? Now, we're going to be assuming that AI is not used on this. If it is, the score goes down by 2 points. But what do you give this one?
I'd say 6.5, 7.
Beautiful. Maybe 7 or 8 for me. I think that's very cool with the blue and red at the top.
It's very imaginative. Like, I can't tell if it's supposed to be underwater, like that background. It's fun little textures happening. It does say new collab base, too. So I wonder if it's a new base.
We'll find out when we lather it.
Okay,
All right, take it in. See what we get. I'm voting for pickles.
Okay.
Pickles. Is it pickles? It's pickles.
No, I do
No?
not. I do not get the pickles.
Okay,
Wow,
y'all.
but this quick whiff, I would have thought it was an homage to like a different type of cologne or something.
Nice.
Like there's a lot of scent notes, and you can tell like it's very sophisticated how they're all winding and coming together.
Beautiful.
I wouldn't know that there's dill in here off my first whiff.
Okay.
There is something that's very bright and kind of clean, not quite aquatic, but it does have much more. Maybe zesty? Something that's kind of adding that. It could be the dill. I am not sure.
Right. Okay.
I'd say it's leaning a little more masculine, but doesn't have to.
Gotcha.
There's a different chunk in the middle.
Oh.
I don't think it's woodsy. It's a different herb or something, so maybe that's where the dill is magically in there.
Okay.
Or it's just making things around it smell a little different.
Gotcha.
And I do know that Master Soap Creations is in South Africa. So
Right.
sometimes their herbs and stuff, I don't know, just how they come together
Sure.
has a different twist, which is super fun as well.
Gotcha. So paint me a picture. What's jumping out at you?
I think it totally puts me more in the cologne-y lane
Gotcha.
still. But if I had to pick what that looks like,
Yeah.
I think I don't want to say it's an amber scent,
Okay.
but it's an amber color. So maybe that's what this orangey kind of like lane is pushing me towards.
Gotcha.
There's something in the middle that is a different wood than we normally get.
Oh.
So I can tell it's woodsy, but then all the stuff around it almost makes it seem like a really fancy kind of stone or something in there.
Right.
It smells a little expensive.
Oh.
So the whatever the cologne stuff that's in there has different tweaks on scents that I
Nice.
think I know. I just don't know them in this
Right.
formulation. I think there's a hint to an aquatic, but it doesn't go quite blue. There's
Gotcha.
just something, maybe it's like a saltwater thing, like more something in that slightly lightly citrus, or just, again, keeping that bright vibrancy turned up a little.
All right, I'm going to take this. Let's see what we get here from this alien creature, the shaken clam, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. Oh. 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 A beautiful citrus on one side that's allowed to go rather high.
Yeah.
I'm getting an orangey sense without going neroli. Which means something amazing's been done with the sweet, because as soon as it would start to get tangy or tart or sour, it turns into a beautiful candied sense, and then it vanishes in the top notes. That's the citrus on the left. And it almost looks like a tequila sunrise. It starts beautifully red down here, and it gets oranger and oranger and oranger and oranger. Is that a word? And then amber and powder, something white right down the middle, a tiny bit of a masculine floral within the amber, but it's not allowed to get very wide. It doesn't encroach very much on the citrus on the left, but it's a beautiful spine to this fragrance and keeps it on the friendlier side. Ooh, because that citrus could have invaded that amber side real quick, but it doesn't. And I think that's what the candied part of the sweet does for it, so that the top of the florals in the amber can do a U-turn and come back down in the citrus. Now, on the right-hand side of this thing, hold on a second.
Yeah, that take a deeper whiff for that one.
Oh, that's the spice and the stone, but it doesn't go tobacco, it doesn't go patchouli, but it does go deeper. And it's not like a crazy wood, like an oak or a cedar, but there is something on this side that's stopping it with something beautifully natural and spicy. Oh, whoa.
Do you get the dill?
Oh, the big question. Are there pickles in here? Now, hold on a second.
Right? I think the anise might be the deeper part. I think that for sure I got. But the dill.
I think the dill sits underneath as sort of completing that loop between the amber into the citrus and then down into the dill. And the
Right.
dill is sort of this earthy base that is standing in for what a patchouli would normally do, but it's not. It doesn't go that squishy.
No.
It doesn't go that smoky.
Or almost like how a vetiver is used. Like something about the green sides there, but it's the dried
That's
dill,
it.
I think.
Somewhere between
Yeah.
the vetiver and the patchouli lies that.
You have to dig. It's a secret
Whoa.
weapon, for sure.
It really is, but I love what it's doing in the base. Okay,
Yeah.
hold on. There's a couple last things in here. Wow.
I know. I do not remember the scent notes. I'm glad we didn't really memorize.
Right. And then, you know how your nose can just be delighted by a powdery spearmint sense when you pull back the paper on your Wrigley's chewing gum? There is something about that. As those woody spices on the right go all the way up, and it almost turns into that, something nostalgic and familiar, a powdery bubblegum wrapper is sitting in here.
I could see what you're saying.
Oh, and you are totally right about the color. It is beautifully beige and ambery and white with little flakes of blue and glitter throughout this. Ooh, if an alien smelled like this, I would get on the
Yep.
ship. Kind of like the 1 million elixir. Like when I smelled that, I was like, oh, this is coffee and carpet and wallpaper and chrome and a beautiful man-made sense of things. This has that same sort of genre, but sort of being made with more natural things. So almost if you could make an orange more man-made, well, candy it, right? Almost if you could turn an amber into powder. Almost on the right side, if you could take those woods and spices and turn them into an actual functioning barbershop. That's the other part of what this is doing. Oh, beautiful job, y'all.
Right?
This is amazing.
I feel like I'm still barely processing what I originally smelled because there's so many layers and different sides to this scent.
And the intensity is fabulous. It's sitting here at a 4 for me. Like when I open this, I'm like, oh, I get it. And here's the thing, it's not so bossy a character that the intensity pushes me around. I want more. I would almost turn this up if I could. This is awesome.
And there was nothing that was pokey. Like they all interlaced in the right ways.
Right.
Nothing conflicted, but they do all have their little voices that pop out at different times.
And I'm glad you said that because the word that's coming to me is smooth.
There you
Y'all,
go.
there are not enough O's in smooth to describe this. And y'all, I'm going to be Shaggy and she's going to be Daphne for this little demonstration because this is my Mystery Machine inspired brush from Craig and Opus Brush with my hippie daisies on the bottom. And this is our 3D printed bowl from the Razor Company. How cool is that branding? And look at this purple color.
So fun.
I wouldn't even know this was 3D printed. And Sarah's going to use these bougie sticks from Amazon.com and scoop about an almond-sized portion of that soap into the little ridges on the bottom of our
Does feel
bowl.
a little softer, so maybe this base is just a little different.
Does it have stearic acid in it?
Please hold. It does.
I
First
can
thing.
feel it against my finger. Y'all, that's about as much as you could possibly need. They'd probably tell you that's a little too much. And then I'm going to do a vertical bloom here of that soap in the bowl. I'm going to let all the water we're going to use for the lather hang out at the bottom, but I'm going to get the top of the bowl wet for the brush, and I'm going to get the soap wet so it wants to come onto those bristles. And then your girl here is going to go clockwise. She's going to go counterclockwise. She's going to push down to see what the backbone has to say. And then here's our little secret. Rotate the brush, spin it again, give those bristles a new orientation to sop that soap up onto them. And y'all, I did a little experiment in the bathroom the other day. No, keep it clean. I tried to just oversaturate the brush, forget about our method, and try it that way, just the water on the brush. It ended up too foamy. It was a lather I knew super well, but doing it that way ended up more like the consistency of the goo in the can rather than an artisan shave soap. Doing it this way for some reason, not introducing all the water at the very beginning, seems to have a positive effect for me.
All right, I'm diving in to get some
All right,
water.
and y'all, once all that soap is loaded onto the bristles, Sarah's going to go down and grab the rest of the water, and then the real fun begins. That hog is out of its chute, ladies and gentlemen. That sound lets you know you're doing it right. You hear that?
Watch out,
Woo! Y'all, this is exceptional. This is the same kind of delight I'm getting when I first smelled New York from Holy Caw, and I think that was a 1 million elixir
maybe,
homage. There is something about this family of scents.
This lather is coming alive. I think I'm getting more whiffs over here too. Woo-wee.
This citrus might be equally at home in an aquatic.
I think that's where my nose was kind of going back and forth. I couldn't decide.
But what this is doing with it totally wraps it in land. I do not get water from this, and it allows me to enjoy that citrus in a different way. I don't have to take it out to sea.
But I'm definitely outdoors. There's something fresh in the air that's around me.
So look at my face. If you love the Aqua de Gios, Aqua de Parmas, and we all know who we are, this is a lovely way to experience that exact same vibe without having it go crazy aquatic or crazy high in the florals.
All right, y'all. I know we never, ever talk about lather, but my
Look
goodness.
at this. There is something special about this new collab base. You seeing this? You can't even see the bowl.
No, it's iridescent.
And in honor of Alien, this is the Hello My Baby whip on 3. 1, 2. That is exceptional. Oh, do you even get the Wrigley's Doublemint gum sense in the top of that somehow?
I do, but I think it's somehow the dill that's doing that.
I
Like
know.
there's something else that's green, but it's really working.
Y'all, the dill is magic in here. I don't know how. I never saw it coming. Is it pickles? Yeah, it is. But how it's being used in here and the intensity being turned down the way it is the perfect foundation for these spices. I never would have saw that coming.
Right.
God bless the wet shaving world. Who would have thought?
And the anise in here is genius.
Right.
That's mixing with the wood. I think that's why I was almost getting a stone thing or something.
And again, I've never been able to enjoy anise without being inundated with black licorice, but this is doing it. This is the same anise sense that I got in Christmas Morning from the Duffs. Beautiful, subdued, letting you dive into the beigey spices of the anise without having it hit you with the licorice.
Aren't you glad you didn't shave yet today?
Aren't you glad you didn't say banana? And how do you sense the orange in this, the citrus? How is it being so arrested so it doesn't take over the rest of the scent?
I think somehow it's like straight up the orange peel. Like it's just sweet enough and it's just tart enough, but it doesn't ever cross the line on either side.
Right. You want a little canvas to show those folks
Yes,
how
I
this
do.
lather
Look at
works?
this.
Y'all watch this. When this goes on your moneymaker, you don't have a care in the world, except that you have a vague resemblance to Santa Claus at this point.
I do feel like this might be a newer base than we've had recently
It's
from
a
them.
little creamier, a little
Yeah.
stickier, a little thicker somehow.
Luxurious.
Absolutely beautiful. And y'all, I am told the truth is out there, but we'll know when we look at these scent now. All right, y'all, back to the sales page at therazorcompany.com.
Top notes of anise, dill, mint, you were right.
There it is. And
Lavender, more barbershop-y side.
Beautiful.
Beech, but it's B-E-E-C-H. No sand at this one.
beechwood, beech nut. Y'all, there's such different things in here. And this does have a different scent to it. When I first smelled this, I was like, oh, okay, I got to step back. The wet shaving world just got bigger for me with this. And then
we were talking spices, so thyme and lemon, not orange.
time waits for no man, and lemon is the citrus in here, but it is so beautiful and so candied. I am getting it as an orange. I'm getting it as a mandarin. How do you sense it?
It's I think zesty is the word that still comes to me, so I'm not sure if that's who's making the magic happen, but it could be.
Y'all, if you know what oleosaccharum is, it's when you take lemon peels and soak them in sugar overnight and it draws out the lemon oil, and that's what you use to make the world's greatest lemonade. That's what this is smelling like for me, and these are just the top notes. Middle notes are
Leather, cashmere wood, osmanthus, pepper, and geranium. One floral. That's it.
And here's the cool part. Y'all, in your imagination, if you think of a beautiful, soft, suede leather mixing with a cashmere sense, a little bit of an osmanthus peppery note, and a floral of geranium, a beautiful light white floral, I don't think your imagination would lead you astray. That's a great description of what's going on in the middle of this. But I don't think I would have known these base notes. What do you get?
White amber. We both said amber, and you even said like an ombre amber.
In the spine of this is that amber. And
Cashmeran, and there's vanilla. A little sweetness, just a subtle touch.
And the cashmere wood and the cashmeran, being the best friends in this, are absolutely inspired. You can generally tell how much vanilla was put in a soap by the oxidation at the top. So a little bit, not crazy, not candy cane from Sterling, good Lord.
But it's interesting. There are not too many scents in here that are very deep. But I do get a giant, like, vertical pull to the scent, how bright it gets.
That's what the amber's doing for me. And it's keeping it bright, does a U-turn into the lemon, and the lemon digs you straight back down into that dill, and then the roller coaster starts over again. Wow. Y'all, what a phenomenal scent ride this is. Where would you wear something like this? I would not wear it to the opera. The opera's too pretentious. Maybe to see Wicked.
There you go.
Something like that. A beautiful evening out at the Gershwin Theater in New York
It's
City.
something that you want like vibrancy or like the evening turned up. There's just something that adds that like extra fun, like, okay, we're going to make new memories with this scent.
My brain shows me weird stuff sometimes. You just showed me, if you ever go to the Grand Canyon, you have to wear this. Why would it do that? Are there pickles at the Grand Canyon?
We did say it was an outdoor scent, so maybe that's what's happening.
Well, it's more outdoor adventure. It's more the scent of an outdoor wedding, like we've been talking about this morning. It's more the sense of that, just being in California where the sun is shining. I don't think this goes past 5 o'clock p.m.
No, and okay, so there is something to me that is a little bit more masculine, but I do feel like I could still use it. So it's not too
100%.
far
Right.
in that lane at all.
Absolutely.
And I did see that they do still have a splash available, so we may have to work on that.
Yeah, we might have to get that, because when I first smelled this, it was like watching those videos of tiny babies the very first time they eat bacon or ice cream, and their face goes,
What?
wait, what? My life has meaning! And yeah, something like Acqua di Gio di Parma
Yeah.
in the middle, but it's so beautifully being hugged by all of those spices and all of that citrus that you never really recognize it. And let's take this 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea and figure out what else might be going on here. We checked the Thirsty Badger website. This, as far as we know, is not an homage to anything, but boy, it sure could be.
I really think like the complexity of it and the list of those different kind of intriguing scent notes, how they're working together, feels like it could be a frac.
But if you are fans of citrus, they're doing different things with it in here, y'all. I have never smelled anything like that. Well, hold on.
Huh?
Yes, I have. What Douglas and Fran are doing with Astro Traveler, that beautiful citrus up against that tobacco, that is sort of the only thing that would be in the same family as what's going on with this. Phenomenal.
I think this, to me, if I had to pick a season, would be more like summer, spring.
Right.
And the other one will be more of like a fall scent. Like it's just the deeper spicers in that Astro one. This one, brighter spicers. There's just that vibrancy for me on each whiff.
Maybe even a subtle hint of a spicy dried leaf is kind of in this. Not petrichor.
No.
But something like that.
It's fun because I was trying to put this in a lane, and you'd think after almost 500 cents, we would have one that this could fit in, but I do feel like it's almost carving its own little spot in our den.
Absolutely. Just as playful as something that would be like a fruit punch soap without even an ounce of that in there. Lemon is the only real citrus I'm getting. What's your favorite alien movie?
Ooh, okay, if I don't go cartoon, if I go more like real. Actually, you were the one that first showed me the movie Alien, and that was kind of a fun experience. I like when the chicks are kind of more of the leaders in the story, so that was a fun one. You know, good old Buzz Lightyear is always a fun one, or if we go Star Wars, but I feel like seeing Alien, you know, maybe E.T. was one that when I was younger really hit me like, could that be real? You know?
Remember when we first got our 4K TV and we invited your parents over to watch a movie, and we watched it. I forget what it was. And then we put on E.T. just to show them what
like
a darker movie it looks like. And we ended up just sitting through the entire thing. The entire thing was like a 5-hour movie.
I forgot how good of a movie it was. Whoopsie.
It's hard to go wrong with Spaceballs if you grew up with Star Wars and you were a Mel Brooks fan. Did you know he called George Lucas and asked his permission to make Spaceballs? And George Lucas said, sure, just don't do any merchandising.
That's a good deal.
Yeah.
What about Galaxy Quest? We just watched that.
Oh!
Those alien actors were real.
The Queen Mother, y'all. When they asked David Mamet if there was such a thing as a perfect movie, he looked at him deadpan and said, Galaxy Quest. You bet. Boy, what a great movie that is.
Right? So we just got that in 4K. And I have to say, it's quite impressive.
And notice when she walks into the room with the big clompers, if you really look at her lips, she does not say, oh, screw that. Oh, no, that's why the film got a PG-13 rating, because they were able to edit that out.
Look at that lather. That is so impressive. The more you're whipping it up, it just keeps getting better and better.
And y'all, if you are fans of watching things on YouTube, go check out AJ and Hecklefish on their show, The Y-Files. They start by telling you the wild urban legend or crazy story, and then at the end, they tell you all the evidence that sort of might debunk it. But the cool thing is that every once in a while, like the episode he did on the moon, go watch that. Because at the end of the episode, he straight up looks at the hammer and goes, y'all, there's like a ton of stuff in this I just can't debunk. Most of what I tell you, there is some logical explanation. But y'all, there is something going on with the moon. No matter what size the asteroid is, the craters are all the same depth. The moon rings like a bell when you throw something into it. It's weird. Oh, I'm getting a Sandy note from this now?
Wow. I think I'm getting more of the dill and a different side now. Like, the more time we spend with this, there are lots happening in here.
So it's pretty simple, y'all. Just be Captain Taggart on the deck of the ship, ready to go home and declare victory. Well, somebody's going to walk in the back of your bridge. He's going to look familiar, but when he draws the weapon, you're going to know that is Ceres in disguise. Well, all you have to do is hit the Omega-13, and you're going to get your own! So head over to therazorcompany.com where you'll find this and a ton of other stuff I want. Well, I've had my shave, y'all, with Alien, and I can report this is an homage to a fine cologne called Alien, and it's no surprise to me the complexity of this balance and the smoothness with which it finishes is unmatched. I love the care that's been put into this, kind of standing on the shoulders of a 1 million lucky kind of thing. I adore it. Thank you, Master Soap Creations and the Razor Company. We will be back. Welcome to messages.
So for our February giveaway, we wanted to give you a chance to get a $20 gift card to Phoenix Artisan Accoutrement.
Yeah, y'all and all of you have to do to be eligible for this giveaway is send us an email here to WeSentYou at thebarbershopduet.com so we can get back to you. It's the only way we communicate about our giveaways, and then check back here on our first March episode to see if you are our lucky winner.
Best of luck. I feel like if we could give an award to the most new scent notes for us in a scent, this might be one to get that.
And being used in a way where we really hope this is not the last time we sense these in a scent note. Beach, dill, anise.
All together?
Are you all together now? And it is a bit alien in that. How often do you put dill on your face shaved? Not very often, I would hope. Beach, I have not seen it before. But y'all, alien or not, this is welcome on my Thanksgiving dinner table.
I am so glad the Black Friday sales kind of twisted our arm to get this because this is a whole new scent journey in itself.
And I love how this is changing citrus for me. I've never experienced lemon like this before. Beautiful. Well, I've never had dilled lemon. That's from
That's what I usually put on my salmon, is some lemon and some dill.
And dill. You're halfway to this. You should wear this next time we have salmon.
Don't forget your next point with the Barbershop Duet.
It'll smell better just watching this.